Imagine if something was hidden hundreds of feet below the ground, something that people had been waiting to find for the last 200 years. And suddenly something appeared in front of the camera that left the entire team shocked. Something similar happened during the mysterious excavation on Oak Island, which brought a new twist to one of the biggest treasure mysteries in history. Rick and Marty Lagina's team had been working for months to solve this mystery. Like always, they expected that they might find some old wood, rusty iron, or another water-filled tunnel. But what happened that day was something no one had ever imagined. During the drilling, a strange sound came from around 180 feet below the ground. It was neither the sound of breaking rock nor the sound of an empty space. It felt like something solid was hidden beneath the earth. When the camera was sent down, they discovered a completely sealed chamber that had remained untouched for centuries. But the real surprise came when the scan showed a massive vault hidden underground. Some believe that it could be connected to a mysterious history, possibly linked to the Knights Templar. Before moving ahead in the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can watch such videos first. Now the question is, what was hidden inside this vault? And could this finally be the secret that people have been searching for over centuries? Every inch of the chamber was carefully examined using ground-penetrating radar, laser mapping technology, and thermal imaging cameras. Surprisingly, the room appeared to be in remarkable condition, despite remaining sealed and untouched for hundreds of years. After the safety team confirmed that it was safe to enter, Rick, Marty, and a small group of specialists became the first people in centuries to step inside the legendary chamber. The moment they entered, they felt an intense cold surrounding them. A thick layer of dust covered the stone floor, untouched by sunlight, wind, or human presence for generations. Each step echoed through the silent underground space, making the chamber feel even more mysterious. As they moved deeper inside, the discoveries became more incredible. The walls were built with carefully carved limestone blocks, and each stone carried unusual symbols that appeared unlike anything previously found on Oak Island. Some carvings resembled medieval crosses, while others looked like detailed maps of the stars, showing strange connections to constellations and celestial patterns. Suddenly, one of the historians stopped in his tracks. He raised his flashlight toward a large carving near the stone pedestal, and everyone became silent. Etched into the wall was a detailed image of two armored knights riding together on a single horse, a symbol strongly associated with the legendary Knights Templar. Rick looked at Marty, and neither of them needed to say anything. If the symbol was authentic, it could mean that the people who created this hidden vault wanted future generations to know exactly who was behind its construction. But the greatest mystery was still waiting only a few feet away. The chest. Unlike the other objects scattered throughout the chamber, this chest showed almost no signs of aging. Its dark oak surface remained remarkably preserved, protected by a hardened layer of natural resin that had formed over the centuries. Strange Latin words were carved into the wooden lid, and although experts could not immediately translate the entire message, one phrase stood out clearly: Custodi secretum. Protect the secret. The words created an uneasy feeling throughout the chamber. What secret? Marty quietly asked. A conservation expert carefully inspected the ancient iron lock. Surprisingly, it was not destroyed by time or rust. Instead, it appeared to contain a highly advanced locking system unlike anything the team had ever seen. Around the keyhole were several small engraved circles, each marked with a different symbol: the sun, the moon, a cross, a crown, and a sword. This is not just a lock, one expert explained. It's a puzzle. The mechanism appeared to be designed in a way that a wrong move could permanently damage whatever was hidden inside. For nearly 2 hours, the team studied every symbol and marking on the chest, while historians compared them with ancient Templar writings and manuscripts. Then, one researcher noticed something extraordinary. The sequence of symbols matched a pattern carved into the entrance of the vault itself. With extreme care, the conservation team slowly rotated each engraved ring until every symbol aligned with its matching position. One by one, the pieces clicked into place. Then came a loud metallic sound that echoed throughout the chamber. Everyone froze. The ancient locking system had finally opened. Rick slowly moved his hands towards the lid, while the entire team watched in complete silence. After centuries of mystery, the hidden chest was finally about to reveal its secret. But just as Rick prepared to lift the lid, an alarm suddenly sounded from the monitoring equipment outside the vault. The ground beneath the chamber began to shake. Small pieces of stone started falling from the ceiling. A voice came through the radio from the engineers outside. "Rick, Marty, get out immediately. We've detected movement beneath the floor." The team looked at each other in disbelief. What they believed was the bottom of the chamber was not the end of the mystery. Something much larger appeared to be hidden beneath the vault itself. The underground chamber began shaking more violently. A deep, rumbling sound echoed from below the stone floor, growing louder every second. Dust poured down from above as the ancient limestone walls trembled around Rick, Marty, and the rest of the team. "Everyone move back," an engineer warned over the radio. Without hesitation, the crew rushed toward the entrance while structural experts continued monitoring the movement through their scanning equipment. For a tense moment, everyone feared the ancient chamber was about to collapse. Then, suddenly, everything stopped. A strange silence filled the underground room. Rick turned back towards the stone pedestal and noticed something unusual. A thin crack had appeared directly beneath the mysterious chest. "What caused that?" Marty asked. The lead engineer studied the live scan results. His expression changed immediately. "This wasn't a collapse," he said. "Something underneath moved." Those words sent a wave of shock through the entire team. With extreme caution, engineers moved a portable ground scanner across the cracked floor. The results revealed something nobody expected. There was another chamber hidden directly beneath the vault, and it appeared to be almost twice the size of the room they were standing in. The discovery left everyone speechless. For more than 2 centuries, treasure hunters had searched Oak Island for hidden tunnels, secret rooms, and lost artifacts. But no expedition had ever uncovered a second chamber beneath an already sealed vault. "This changes everything," Rick whispered. The engineers carefully removed several loose stone blocks surrounding the damaged area. As more of the floor was uncovered, a massive circular stone slab slowly came into view. The stone was nearly 12 feet wide and covered with detailed geometric carvings spreading outward from the center. At first, it looked like a simple decorative pattern. But one archaeologist noticed something unusual. The carvings were not random. They formed a giant compass. Each direction pointed toward a different symbol: a cross, a crown, a sword, a key, and a 5-pointed star. Then Marty noticed something hidden that others had missed. At the very center of the stone slab was a small bronze ring, almost completely buried beneath centuries of dust. "It looks like a handle," he said. The team carefully attached lifting straps to the bronze ring and connected them to a compact hydraulic system. Slowly, the ancient stone disc began to rise. A sudden rush of cold air escaped from the darkness below, carrying the unmistakable smell of damp soil and ancient stone. As the massive slab lifted higher, something hidden beneath it slowly came into view. A narrow spiral staircase descended deep into the darkness below. The staircase disappeared into complete darkness. No one could tell how far it extended or what waited at the bottom. Rick grabbed a powerful flashlight and aimed the beam downward, but the light never reached the end. The steps seemed to continue forever. "It was hidden beneath the treasure," one historian said quietly. "The gold was never the final destination." The realization shocked everyone. The massive fortune estimated at more than $150 million inside the upper chamber was not the real prize. It had been placed there as a distraction, a way to keep anyone who discovered the vault from finding the true secret hidden below. The real mystery had always been waiting underneath. A few minutes later, the team began their descent. Each step they took echoed through the underground darkness. The ancient stone stairs showed signs of age, and strange symbols covered the walls around them. The deeper they went, the more detailed and complex the markings became. After what felt like an endless journey, the staircase finally came to an end. Rick's flashlight revealed two enormous black stone doors standing before them. Unlike the entrance to the upper vault, these doors were decorated with golden inlays that had somehow remained intact through centuries of time. At the center was a symbol unlike anything the team had encountered before. A circular seal combining a Templar cross with a complex geometric pattern. Suddenly, the historian froze. "I've seen this before," he whispered. Everyone turned toward him. "Where?" He hesitated before answering. "In a manuscript that disappeared from the Vatican archives more than 100 years ago." A heavy silence filled the chamber. If his memory was correct, then whatever was behind those doors was not simply another hidden treasure room. It could contain lost knowledge and secrets that powerful people had attempted to protect for centuries. Rick slowly moved toward the ancient doorway and reached for the handle. Before he could touch it, a faint metallic sound echoed from the other side. Something was moving beyond the doors. No one spoke. Every flashlight in the chamber was focused on the massive black stone entrance. The sound came again, slow, steady, and deliberate, coming from somewhere deep inside. Rick tightened his grip on the flashlight. "Did everyone hear that?" he asked quietly. The entire team nodded. For a moment, it felt like they were not alone underground. The lead engineer immediately checked the thermal cameras and motion sensors, but the equipment showed nothing. No heat signature, no movement. Whatever had created the sound had disappeared without a trace. After gathering his courage, Rick stepped closer to the doors. Along the edge of the stone frame, he noticed a narrow groove shaped like a cross. It matched the unusual bronze key they had discovered inside the mysterious wooden chest. "It has to be the key," Marty said. Rick carefully inserted it into the hidden mechanism. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then suddenly, a powerful mechanical rumble shook the underground chamber. Ancient gears that had remained silent for hundreds of years began turning again. Dust fell from the ceiling as the massive stone doors slowly separated. Beyond them was a chamber unlike anything the team had ever imagined. It was not filled with piles of gold or priceless jewels. Instead, it contained something far more remarkable. The walls were covered with towering stone shelves holding hundreds of carefully preserved scrolls, leather-bound manuscripts, ancient maps, and beautifully crafted wooden cases. At the center of the room stood a large circular table carved from white limestone. Its surface displayed a detailed map of the medieval world, filled with markings and symbols that revealed incredible craftsmanship. "This isn't a treasure room," one historian said in amazement. "It's a library." Rick slowly approached one of the shelves and carefully lifted a sealed manuscript. The wax seal still displayed the unmistakable red cross connected with the legendary Knights Templar. Nearby were ancient navigation charts unlike any previously recorded, detailed drawings of medieval engineering, and journals written in forgotten languages that scholars had spent generations attempting to understand. Then Marty noticed something unusual inside a crystal case. A simple handwritten letter. On the front, written in elegant Latin, were the words, "To those who finally find this place." The entire chamber became silent. The letter revealed that the creators of the vault had never intended gold or jewels to be their greatest legacy. Wealth could be taken. Kingdoms could rise and disappear. But knowledge could survive forever, and it had the power to transform civilization. According to the message, the enormous fortune hidden in the upper chamber had been deliberately placed there as a decoy. The gold was meant to distract treasure hunters and protect the true treasure hidden below. The real discovery was centuries of preserved knowledge, maps, records, writings, and secrets that the Templars believed were too important to disappear from history. Rick slowly closed the manuscript and looked around the incredible underground library. After years of searching, countless challenges, and endless doubts from others, the journey had led to something far greater than anyone expected. The true treasure was never the gold. It was the history. It was the knowledge. It was the story preserved beneath Oak Island for hundreds of years. As the team stood silently inside the hidden chamber, the camera slowly moved backward, revealing the enormous underground library glowing beneath the ancient stone arches. The mystery that had fascinated generations had finally reached its greatest discovery. Or perhaps it had only just begun. Please subscribe to the Time Vault channel, and don't forget to like.